too cringy or something, but really from the bottom of my heart, if you know how to do something very well, if you think you can do it very well and put it into some kind of a service and actually provide that service for money to someone else, you can change your life just like that. Good fucking morning, everybody. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this video is just going to be me driving, and I have a very interesting topic, and that is how one skill changed my life. And that might sound completely ridiculous to you guys, but it's actually not. So if you just stick with me through this video, you'll see what I actually mean by skill and change the life in what way, right? So yeah, I'm probably just gonna film myself talking or driving and talking. I have no clue, absolutely. But yeah, let's head on. And sorry for the glasses, I know I look like a fucking dork, but it is what it is. So hopefully the car is not going to be too loud and you guys will be able to hear me. I'm currently 26 years old, right? And I was 19 years old when my life completely changed, actually. And it changed kind of on accident, which I'll explain to you guys right now. To make the long story short, I was in college in a completely different town. I was living with my girlfriend at the time, which was an extremely toxic relationship between the two of us. I hated my life completely. I was depressed all the time, and I was living off of the allowance my mom gave me each month for the school, for food, for basically all my living expenses and stuff like that, right? I knew I was not too smart of a person, and I knew that I would not finish college very soon, right? Basically, it was an engineering university, and it basically takes 5 years to finish the university if you pass every exam from like the first if you pass all the curriculums from the first try, right? And I knew I wasn't that smart that I could do that, so it would realistically take me like 5 to even 6 years 6-7 years maybe to finish the university, honestly. And I knew that that was just not the life that I wanted to live, and I really didn't want to waste my mom's money on something that I would not go through completely. And I didn't want to waste like my best 20s. I didn't want to waste my 20s on finishing the university, and only after 7 years just starting to look for a job of some sort to actually, so I could actually afford all the things that I want to afford in life and stuff like that. And yeah, I was just extremely depressed at the time. And as I was depressed, I was skipping school, skipping lessons, skipping the university stuff, right? And in my free time, which was not my free time because I was supposed to be learning my engineering stuff, in my free time I was designing watches, which may sound nerdy and weird, but I had knowledge of 3D CAD softwares and how to model stuff in 3D, design stuff, and I was always like very graphically talented, I would say. And that was the one skill that I didn't even know was a skill at the time. And as I was designing those watches at home, basically for fun, for my personal enjoyment, I thought, okay, there must be someone on this planet that would actually need a watch design and would like to pay for it, right? And turns out I was right. And the first thing I did at that point, when I thought, okay, someone might actually want to pay for this, is I had to basically somehow market my service, which I didn't know what marketing is. I had absolutely no fucking clue how to do that. And I basically just went on YouTube and Googled how to make money online and stuff like that. And somehow I found out about a website called Fiverr. It still exists to this day. Basically, it's a freelancing platform where people such as myself at the time were just listing their services through skills they had. Like basically I offered the services of watch design, and I just basically made a basic gig site. If any of you guys are on Fiverr, you know what a gig means. And basically I just created that and posted it, and posted it on Fiverr as a listing. And I completely actually forgot about that. I just didn't even, I completely forgot about that I did put out the listing of my services, right? In the meantime, from me getting my first order, and actually since putting the listing and me getting my first order, there was a lot of time that has passed. It was about 6 months, so 6 months have passed since then, and I completely forgot about it. And in the meantime, I dropped out of college. I left my girlfriend. I found a job at the local bakery, which I'm not even gonna go into because it was the worst job I ever fucking had. It was night shift, 6 days a week, but blah blah blah. I'm just not gonna go into that because the video is going to be too long. But basically, one day I was getting ready to go to a job, and I just got a fucking notification on my phone from Fiverr, and it said you got an order for 23 bucks. And I was like, what the fuck? What 23 bucks? What Fiverr? And then it hit me like someone ordered through Fiverr and needs my fucking service, right? And at that moment I was like, fuck. Now I need to do this, right? I need to go through it. I need to design a watch for someone. And I was so stoked, and it was like so weird for me at the time because I never sold my services to anyone for money. So this was the first thing. And long story short, I didn't get those 23 bucks because I did the worst job possible for that client. But because I did get that one order, it made me actually try more and actually go through with that specific skill I had and try to make a business out of it. The next thing I did, because I was still designing watches at home for fun for myself, and I basically created a basic Instagram page on which I posted my work that I did at home for fun as some sort of a portfolio, right? And it started to get some followers, like 100 followers, 200, 300. I didn't have many followers, but even with those few followers, I managed to get my second client. And that client, I somehow managed to get them to pay me 150 bucks US dollars through PayPal for a watch design service. And the second time I did a very good job, and then he ordered four more watch designs from me through Instagram. So it was just PayPal and Instagram, and that's how my business started. And then I even got more orders on Fiverr, and yeah, that's how I actually started my business on accident 6 years ago, which is very weird because it was an accident and I made it work. But basically what my point is, I had a skill of drawing on paper, being graphically talented, or so you could say talented, but I was artistic always since I was a little kid. I loved to draw cars, I loved to draw watches, churches, buildings. I like to draw everything, and I was interested in watches because my grandpa gave me a watch, and it somehow got me into watches, but I'm not gonna go into that for too long. But basically I had a skill, and I knew how to work in 3D CAD softwares because I learned it through high school, and I somehow managed to combine my artistic eye and the skill of 3D design in CAD softwares and put it into some kind of a service that I could sell to people that need my service. I hope this video is just a motivation to you guys that even one skill, if you just have one skill that you can turn into a service and people are actually willing to pay for it, you can make a business out of it and you can change your life the same way I did. I'm not saying this to be like too motivational or too cringy or something, but really from the bottom of my heart, if you know how to do something very well, if you think you can do it very well and put it into some kind of a service and actually provide that service for money to someone else, you can change your life just like that. Even though I didn't change it just like that, but that specific moment when I got my first order is the moment that my life changed. Because from that point on, nothing was the same, nothing. And today, even though it has passed 6 years since that point, since that time I basically followed through with my passion and followed through with that specific idea and with that service, and I just expanded it, and it turned into a business which is today called Watch Design Studio, right? So yeah, hopefully this video just serves as some kind of motivation for you guys that you can actually change your life even if you don't think you can, because I didn't think I could. I just knew that the current life that I was living at the time is not the life I wanted to live, and I was prepared to do anything to change it. And this was my first step to changing it, and it actually worked. So if you know how to do something online, doesn't matter if it's Photoshop, if you like making websites, doesn't matter if in real life you like taking pictures, photos of cars, dogs, animals, like houses, real estate, doesn't matter, whatever you can do, you can almost anything that you can do, and almost any skill you have, you can turn it into a business. So just think of something that you're good at and try to actually sell it to people, and that's it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you like this quick video, and yeah, enjoy it. Take care. Ciao.